We all know that in gaming, and especially sim racing, it can be a great way to escape the daily stressors of life. It's been proven to have a positive effect on us. I mean, what is better than going out there and sim racing with your best friends, right? But at some point in your sim racing journey, it's going to hit you. Whether you're a new racer or an experienced esport driver, there's going to come a time where you just feel completely drained. You're starting to feel tired. You're starting to feel irritable. You're starting to get angry. You lose interest, you can't concentrate anymore, and your performance just tanks. Yep, you might be dealing with something called burnout. And if you felt this way before, trust me, you're not alone. It is going to hit us at some point in our sim racing journey. I started feeling something towards the beginning of summertime where I just didn't want to sim race anymore. I was juggling work, studying, league racing, practicing, making content. And I just got to the point where I didn't even want to touch the sim rig. I didn't even want to look at it. And for me, that was really hard because I really love and enjoy sim racing. And to be able to not have that joy or love to be able to get into that rig was really, really hard for me. But it wasn't until I took a step back and started thinking about it and started to think about when I felt these feelings before in other parts of my life, I realized I was dealing with burnout. So let's talk about burnout. So what is burnout? Burnout is the physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion from doing your daily activities, whatever it may be. It's like eating your favorite pizza. At first you get it, you're excited, and you just want to gorge on that thing. You just want to try to eat the whole entire thing. But by the time you get to that last slice, you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I don't even want to look at you. And a lot of the symptoms that you're going to start feeling when it comes to burnout is you starting getting annoyed while you're playing. You could lash out at your friends. You're going to start feeling anxiety. Your performance is going to drop. And you're going to start procrastinating. You're going to sit there and say, oh, I'll get on in 10 minutes. Oh, I'll get on in another 10 minutes. And before you know it, it's bedtime and you didn't even get into the sim rig to do the practice that you want to do or even just to do a race. So now let's dig into what can cause burnout, and especially sim racing burnout. And these causes can be applied to anything, not just sim racing, but I'm just going to go over what some of the things I think that are the really big symptoms that you're going to start feeling when it comes to sim racing. First up is excessive gaming. Believe me, we all love a good race with our friends, but too much of a good thing can quickly become exhausting, especially when we start sacrificing important things like sleep. Trust me, if you're skipping sleep to race, fatigue is really going to hit you hard. Speaking of sleep, let's talk about improper diet and lack of rest. Surviving on energy drinks and instant ramen noodles is not exactly going to keep you sharp and fit. Your body and your brain need those nutrients and needs that rest to keep you in top shape. So, hit pause, grab some healthy food, and catch those Z's. There's also the pressure from sim racing communities and your buddies. Whether you're trying to climb the ranks or trying to, match one of those incredible sim racing highlight reels that you see online, it can really quickly start to feel like a performance review more than just having fun. Remember, a lot of those highlight reels that you see on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, those are really often the result of countless hours of practice and experience from those sim racers. And the last thing I want to bring up is real life stressors. If you're juggling work, school, or other responsibilities, sim racing is just going to feel like another thing on your plate. Again, like I said earlier in the video, when I was dealing with burnout, it was everything else compiled on top of what I was trying to do in sim racing. So the best thing you can do is deal with your life first, and then when you get a good, healthy break and time to get away for sim racing, then get back into your sim racing rig. So how do you fight burnout? Well, I'm going to give you some of the things that I did to get rid of the sim racing burnout that I was feeling. The first up is take breaks. Step away from that sim rig, stretch, grab a snack, go binge watch your favorite show or documentary. Taking breaks is something that you might just need to get, to recharge those sim racing batteries. The other thing you could try doing is try exploring other games. A change of scenery can do you wonders. It's the same thing as when you schedule a vacation to go to a beautiful beach to get away from work and everything else, right? You go to your vacation, you recharge, and you come back and you jump right back into the grind of things. And sim racing is no different. So stop sim racing, go play a fight sim, go do a fighting game, or just something that you can chill. Trust me, taking a break from sim racing is not gonna make you slower. Another thing you can do is you can set yourself some personal goals. Whether you're trying to master a car or beat a really hard track or just going out for a cruise with some good tunes, make sure you're setting yourself some personal goals and make sure they're smart. And what I mean by smart is it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So when you say S for specific, it means set yourself some very specific goals. Don't set them too broad to where you can't, or too much to where you can't achieve them. Make sure they're small, short, and specific. M for measurable, make sure that you can measure the goal. Don't set anything that you can't measure, or you can't sit there and find a way to achieve this goal. Make sure you can measure how you're gonna be able to get to that goal. Attainable or achievable, and those are make sure you set an achievable goal within your skill set to make sure you achieve that personal goal. And make sure it's relevant. So if you're setting yourself some very unrelevant goals like, oh, I want to be able to beat Hockenheim and set a 152, but then you're going out and racing on a different track, practicing on that track is not relevant to what you're trying to do. So make sure when you're setting your goals, make sure they're relevant. And then lastly, time bound. So when you're setting yourself some goals, make sure you're setting yourself a specific amount of time to say, hey, this is when I want to achieve this goal. Don't sit there and say, I want to achieve a goal within 3 days, and knowing that you're not going to be able to make it. Make sure you set it in a length of time that you think, or you can achieve this goal. And when you achieve those goals, it's going to make you a lot happier. It's going to get that endorphins running through your body, and you're going to get excited to be sim racing again. It's those personal goals that you just achieved are going to keep that adrenaline flowing, and it's going to make sim racing rewarding again for you. And last thing I'll talk about is join a community. Joining a community is a really good thing because you're going to meet like-minded people that are, that love to sim race, and they've probably been in your shoes before. So, you're coming into racing, you're feeling that burnout. You can sit there and talk to your friends about it because I'm pretty sure that they've dealt with it before, and they can help you get through it again to where you can start enjoying sim racing again. Sim racing should be about fun and joy, not about burnout. So whether you're trying to chase your podiums or just going out there to have some fun, make sure you find the balance, make sure to where you're achieving your happiness in sim racing. And if that fails, then I hope this video helped you out and set yourself on a path back to recovery from sim racing burnout. But anyways, guys, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when you have more videos. And if you've dealt with sim racing burnout before, let me know in the comments down below and how you got through it. And until next time, guys, have fun racing. Later.